So Rob, we bring the first block of Prem games to an end this weekend with Gloucester at home. We've already played them once this season, but are you expecting something different from them in the Prem?
Well, I'd like to expect something different. I'd like to sit here and go expect us to turn up with a similar attitude as we did last week, where I think we really rolled our sleeves up in some tough conditions, played the game moment by moment, and did that very, very well. So I think I would like that to be our approach tomorrow. We turn up, we're well prepared, we're ready to commit a lot to the game physically, and our attitude is bang on. And like I say, we commit to each moment of the game, and eventually that creates an 80-minute performance. That's what I would like to see. Obviously, what the Premiership has shown is that consistency is the hardest thing to master at the moment. Last week, we beat Harlequins quite well. The week before, they played very well against what's been a very good Saracens team this year. Then last week, Saracens come back from losing to Harlequins and give a big scoreline against Sale. And Sale have been going well this season. So it's that consistency that's the thing we've all got to battle for. If we can get that and we can collect some points tomorrow, then I think we've got to be very satisfied with this first block. We've created a foundation for ourselves that's very exciting for the season going forward. It allows us to prepare well for the next two Prem Cup games. It allows us to be in that position where we can feel comfortable with some rotation and attacking a few things through training in the autumn international block, and that allows us to get set for coming out of it and then back into the Premiership in Europe. And that's what we want to try. We want to try and make sure that the club and the team, the supporters, everything feels like a positive place, and we're looking forwards and upwards, not kind of looking backwards.
And has the positivity that last weekend's result generated in camp been helpful in refocusing lads for this week?
I think it's always a double-edged sword, because you do have a big kind of sigh of relief almost when you put a big performance in. And you've got to remember, we've still got memories of what happened last season in that starting block. And so it's just that balance between not drawing breath too long. You can have that breath, you can enjoy the moment, you can feel good about things, you can turn up and feel good in training. But then by the end of the week, you've got to have locked yourself down and zoned in and as I say, refocused to what will be a very tough game tomorrow. Every Premiership game is. If we're focused on the qualities of what we did last week, which was very strong in the contact area, prepared to be physical, prepared to work hard, they'll be the foundations we'll need to build a big performance on.
And Scott Seal returns this week. How important is it to have someone of his experience back in the setup?
Well, I think the timing of that is crucial for us, with obviously Will picking up the bang, which doesn't look too serious. And, the reality is he's kind of touch and go to be fit for this weekend, but obviously Scotty becoming available is important for us. He is a player with huge experience. Obviously he's had less game time than everybody else. But then on the back of that, Ethan Berger coming on and doing as well as he did for 60 minutes. He ended up being our top carrier in the game. That's quite remarkable for a loose head prop. And I think his set piece stood up really, really well. So we've got some bonuses happening this week, as well as obviously those frustrations when you pick up the odd injury. But we're tracking pretty well. It was great to see the Aussie lads settle in as well as they did. They've got another week under their belts. I would like to challenge those guys to keep getting better and better for us. And if that's how we progress as a team, if that's how we grow as a team, then that augurs well for the future.